Okay.
Before we get into anything, Golden's Twitter. Starship Troopers going on. Links are Twitter or Twitch. This is time to kill human.
Is he really?
That's what the select said. Of course, these two are probably the funnest Koreans I can think of off the top of my head. Very big personalities involved, but let's get into this. It's a best of 7, a brand new best of 7, the last best of 7 today. $150 on the line, 100 for first place, 50 for second, but of course that little bit of bonus for whichever race does a little bit better. So 10 extra dollars on the sidelines. But in the top left corner of the map, on the Clan 4040, from the Team Alien Invasion, it's going to be the yellow Zerg player, Golden.
And in the bottom right, as the blue Terran, it is Select from Dignitas.
Oh, I didn't make myself referee. I wanted to tell them it was horizontal disabled.
Select.
Just like, I don't know. What's up? What's up?
They both lied to each other. I think that's funny.
Oh, did they? I didn't catch that.
I'm at
Oh, they
one.
did, yeah. No.
Yeah.
All right, so Toon Valley again. This is a bit of an old school map, and again, guys, like for base trade TV show matches, we always like to try and throw in a little bit of a wild card here or there, or different maps to really shake it up and make it just a little bit of extra different to make it a little more fun to watch. And this is definitely an older map. You're not going to see it used again at anytime soon. But TVZ, this was a really fun matchup back in the day. But I got to tell you, Zombie Girl, like I know it has nothing to do with this series. I need to get it out of the way. My favorite match ever witnessed on this map was Luciferon versus Todd. That was back in Wings of Liberty. I will never forget it because it was like up here in the top left where Luciferon nuked the entire army of Todd, all the Colossus, all the Immortals. Yeah. And somehow Todd still wins that game. Like, that was what really, like, if there was one game that hyped me into StarCraft 2, that was it. So this map has a lot of nostalgia for me, not just through other matches played, but from that one in particular. So
was it a DreamHack game that was?
I think that was the TSL. I could be wrong. I don't remember what tournament it was. I just remember the game.
I remember a game exactly like that, and I thought it was on this map, but now I think it might have been a different one. Actually, but yeah, it was like, yeah, I'm actually thinking of the exact same game, and I'm pretty sure I never watched TSL.
Oh, so maybe it's a different tournament then. My bad. But the point is, one of the greatest things that I've seen abused on this map throughout the history of it being in Wings of Liberty, this never made it to Heart of the Swarm, guys. Like, literally, this was never in a Heart of the Swarm map pool. No one ever really got to play it. But one of my favorite things to watch in Wings of Liberty was the abuse of these banana hallways. Whether it was like sneaking some Hellions by, a drop that gets sort of, you put the tanks down here and have Marines on the high ground, or I guess in Heart of the Swarm you have Widow Mines positioned. Like, you can do a lot of cool things to abuse the terrain of the map. Select is a player who has been in StarCraft 2 for God knows how long. So has Golden. They may have forgotten or not initially remember all the ways to abuse it, but I guarantee you somewhere in the core of their memory they're going to be like, oh yeah, I can do that one really cool thing. And these are the two guys that you would expect to do something a little bit silly, a little bit crazy. So I got my hopes high for this.
Yeah, I was just thinking the next map that we should bring in that's kind of weird and old, Antigua Shipyard.
Oh, I never liked Antigua though. That was
Are you kidding?
Hang on, Antigua gold or Antigua no gold?
I don't care.
Yeah, they're right. They're both stupid. Oh, he gets a drone kill there, and the Reaper goes down. So Golden defends that quite nicely. I didn't actually notice this before. Golden's little clan logo thing. He's a handsome face with the casting and the sunglasses. What a boss.
And it's gold.
Of course, of course.
Yo, Antigua Shipyard only sucked when because instead of going for Broodlord and Fester, because it was hard to do on that map, they went for the all-in every single time, the Zerg player. That's what I remember.
The reason I hate that map in memory wasn't even because of Zerg. Protoss Blink. Like, you tell me Polar Knight's bad, let me tell you about Antigua Shipyard. Like,
Blink wasn't nearly as popular or possible.
Can you imagine with a mothership core, though?
Oh.
This is what I'm talking about, Zombie Girl. This is
do it.
Just like the most abusive show match. Like, we could call it the
PVTs.
We Hate Terran series or something. But anyways, Bunker down for Select means Golden's not going to really be able to get up here with too much. Not that he was looking to anytime soon.
That sounds...
Actually taking his third here. And this is... Okay, so to explain why this is always a weird thing to look at, guys, these rocks take forever to break as a Zerg player. So defending this third is actually a little bit more difficult than most maps.
Yep. Okay, one last thing. We have to do an I Hate Protoss show match and just use all the worst maps ever made for Protoss. Right, so.
I would be okay with that.
It's totally appropriate.
Coming from a Terran random player, I'd be okay with that.
Right, right, yeah. I can't even think of really bad maps, but I'm sure I could.
Well, you know, as fun of an idea as that sounds, like the idea, of course, with the show matches we put on Base Rate TV, guys, like we're joking around, of course, but
It just to promote PvPs, so no one's imbalanced.
Sure, like we're always wanting to shake things up and do something a little bit off, like including the lava map and stuff, but. We don't really look towards stacking things. Map pools, like, what I do is I literally go to, like, random.org or whatever, and I put, like, 5 normal maps in there, and, like, I pick the top 3 off of that, and then try and pick some other weird maps, too, like, just to, again, shake it up. We don't look to purposely imbalance anything. Links you get on top of these Hellions. If they go behind the mineral lines, why didn't they go behind the mineral lines? Okay, now I'm trying to go behind the mineral lines.
So, this is the thing about this map, right, is that it looks so juicy to go up there with Hellions, and then it can happen that they have like 25 lings and you get surrounded and you're like, well, that was stupid of me. Look what did I expect to do? Cancel the third. So luckily that didn't happen for Select, but it was a really big pitfall that a lot of Terrans fell into. Golden, unfortunately, now is out of lings, so he has to rebuild 20 of them because he also not only wants them to defend the Hellions, obviously, but also wants to break down those rocks eventually.
Well, lings are giving chase to these Hellions. Golden is, of course, having a bit of trouble cleaning this up. It looks like he'll finally get them here. Select getting a lot of damage done out of these, but the resources lost is going to shoot up quite a bit as he loses them.
Yeah. Well, it does lose the map control, and
28 lings is not too bad. 31 lings. He's actually getting a couple more before he goes down.
Golden for getting his +2 or his +1 Carapace is kind of worth distracting him as well. I'll actually just start it as soon as I talk about it.
But still, it's really delayed, and for early scrappy engagements, that Carapace actually means a lot.
Yeah.
Select, of course, not going quickly to his third. He does have to. He's got to worry a little bit about Golden being on the prowl.
Mm-hmm. If he was watching the show matches before, then he knows that he knew at least not to build it over there. Although honestly, I feel like people, if they remember, they've learned that before when this was in the map pool. They learned not to build the third over there. It is, even then, just trying to get over there actually can be very difficult. That's actually a tactic. They would build like 40 lings and just constantly try and deny it. Because if you do get it, it is so secure.
I'm currently trying to knock down this rock. It's better late than never. Again, this is the problem. Like as a third player, it takes so well. I guess any player really. It takes forever to knock down these rocks. And for Terran, you actually kind of want to leave it up for a little bit, as it provides that extra wall off until you're ready to fully take this base. Like it's very dangerous to actually take these down. Select might regret doing this for the time being. It's funny too, because you remember how many times you'd have like those weird bunker placements, and like people would just come in from the rock side, and all of a sudden you're fighting one bunker at a time instead of like 5.
Yes, I remember this really, really well. I feel like though it's not as popular to send in odd amounts of lings to kill a Terran's third. Very, very much so. It's coming to a point where they're like, okay, you get a third, I get a fourth. Like, and then we go on our merry way.
It's about kind of leapfrogging over one another. Actually, this was a map too where, if I recall, ninja bases were actually pretty popular back in Wings of Liberty, and something that maybe Golden may want to consider, or Select, I guess, put a planetary down, just lock it down. But that's a lot of lings coming in, and his depots are currently down. Select, lift your depots. Do you even lift, bro? He's gonna clean this up. He's not gonna die from this.
But that's just kind of a waste of lings, honestly.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna do way more damage than it did, especially with +1. I mean, like. Select has no armor. Yes, he's got medevacs, but I guess the positioning of the Marines plus stim was just a little too good.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because if that happened like 30 seconds earlier, then I actually would have done a lot of damage. But now he's down a bunch of lings. The counterattack is happening. He literally attacked when Select's probably going to move out, so I'm even more bewildered. Of course, when you see something like that, when you see the opportunity, you just need a ton of vision, Again, losing a few lings unnecessarily.
Just blood streaks.
Yeah.
It's like you sometimes forget and underappreciate just how gory things can be when they die. Like, sometimes you're like, why? How was there that much blood in a Zergling in the first place? Entombed
Valley would have been out before the graphic update.
Yeah.
So that's actually going to affect anything, but it's kind of funny to think of. This attack's going to happen off creep, and with only 3 banelings, Golden.
It cannot happen off creep. If Golden takes this off of creep, he's asking for trouble. I feel like this earlier burrow, he may be hoping to catch Select off guard by it.
His mutas are they're actually pretty late. They're coming out at 13 minutes. So if Select had really tried to abuse the medevacs, he could have gotten a good minute, a good minute and a half of actually terrorizing him with the medevacs. Unfortunately, was not his plan, just trying to go forward and kill this fourth. Very, very commonly, that's where, this right side is where things would actually everything would happen. The counterattack, though, it's powerful. The walls are down.
he'll get a lot of lings in here, actually, but I don't like how scarce the Baneling count is for Golden. Like, in general, you'd expect there to be way more, but cuts into the production. He forces the depots to be raised. So that's going to cut off reinforcements for a second or two, allowing these lings to get into the mineral lines and pick off some SCVs. He's got about 5. A lot of them are low, but unfortunately, I don't think he can quite finish the job. But more importantly, this drives the entire army from Select back home.
Surprised that Select actually went back home. He was doing very, very well. A little unfortunate because he was applying a lot of good pressure. Golden's actually going to set up another counterattack. I mean, these are good moves for this map, but I feel like they're not really doing a whole lot. This might, though. If you more some Banelings, then it's for sure a good move, but maybe he's going to give up his own 4th, and I'm not sure if that's worth it.
He's currently got 19 Banelings out on the map. He needs to take a very, very precise engagement if he wants to hold us off from Select. I mean, I really like the counterattack out of Golden. This secondary move is cool. This is fantastic, but the wall is up, and the damage is going to be somewhat limited. This 4th base, though, Select's
no,
give it
don't
up.
Fall back.
Well, he should have just taken it and then fallen back, but
yeah,
a little bit scared, brings everything back home. Understandably so. There's a lot of lings and a lot of mules that made it into his base. This depot needs to be raised right now.
Okay. Select actually does pair off. You know, not going back would probably be a bad move, but yeah, leave this chunk of units. That's actually really, really good, and he's also dropping somewhere else. So yeah, Golden will, in fact, lose that 4th. The counterattack didn't actually do that much damage. Just to pull back the mutas, which were the only things surviving, it would do more damage than just supply depots being down.
But you know, it's really just trying to strip that power away from Select, because right now Golden went from having barely 6 Banelings on the map to like 39. He's got an overwhelmingly large amount of army. He's coming across the map, and if he can fight Select in 2 different segments rather than all at once, I think he can take this fight.
Well, we're about to see. The Marines do fall back behind the Marauders. Golden has to make sure not to explode on those, and he does. Never mind.
Banelings are not getting the best connects off. Widow Mines are going to help make quick work of these as well. Oh, I like this burrowed Banelings, though.
Oh, that's so sick. I can't believe Select actually dodged that. That is a perfect position for Banelings.
I like that he's waiting to use them. He's even burrowed some in the mineral lines. Oh! Yes, he needs to go back to mining, Zombie Grub!
It doesn't matter because they're going to spread out. Like, unless he. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Once he moves the units, they need to unburrow. Once he moves. Now. Oh my god, now.
He's selected them all. He's waiting.
Oh, come on.
Okay, goes to the middle line, get some kills. Get some kills over here too, not too shabby. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get all the Widow Mines, but a lot of SCVs just went down, and some special tactics out of Golden. Banelings have been revealed through that scan, but still, even then, Golden decides to take this fight. Select knows he can't chase out either, because he can't afford to keep burning scans on these. He's lost so many SCVs, he needs those mules.
Yeah. Surprised that Select actually is this low in supply, but I guess a lot of that was in SCVs. Now just up to 54. Might want to produce a few more, actually. There we go.
Oh! Good hit
nice
with the Banelings
hit.
once again. Oh, sorry, not workers kill. I'm going to go for units lost. Select just bleeding out units of these very awkward Banelings, but looks like he will find his front door being knocked upon once again. There's not enough Banelings to really win this, but he burrows some, goes for the special tactics, but Select actually gets them this time.
I can't believe Select is so low in supply. I really can't. I feel like he should be, rocketing back right now. Like, really rocketing back hard, especially since Golden hasn't had a 4th for quite a long time. And instead, he's barely surviving at home.
I think a lot of it is because he had to denote like a lot of resources to tech, right? Like he tried to take a 4th, that's going to be lifted here in a sec. Or killed. He's got 3-3 on the way. He's producing Thors. Like these are all really expensive investments to have been making in the last 5 minutes.
His 3 attack, his 3-3, his 3-3 entirely is going to go down.
He's trying to repair it. He's trying to repair it. I mean, okay, keeping the armor's not bad. Honestly, if you like, it sucks that he loses one of the two, but armor's not too bad to keep. As it'll let you live versus the Lings a lot better. But he's just lost a large chunk of his damage. Just one turret here going to chase this off. Some Marines funneling in.
Ah, yes. You always have to build your production in the 3rd as well, because your natural or your main's not big enough.
Yeah, we were talking. This map is such an easy thing to choke out. Looks like the Baneling Mines, though. Oh, these Marines! Can he beat them into them?
He's gonna get the command center. He's gonna get the command center. Oh, did he not get the command center and not get the Marines?
It might not. It might burn. It might burn. Okay, they're not gonna go. They're not gonna go. See, like, by the way, these are way more entertaining. Like, these 2 units here are way more entertaining than any amount of Widow Mines, right? Like,
he's gonna go over it. He's gonna go over it. He needs to repair. Okay, he's repairing. Come on.
Okay, well, hang on. There's a job going on while this is happening. I got my mouse clicked down here. Trying to make sure we don't miss these. So, Golden keeps clicking these. He wants. Oh, here comes the army! Oh, and he gets so many kills!
Monster kill!
I mean, that wasn't great, but that was pretty good.
That was a good, like, 10+ Marines, though. I mean, that was a a very solid connection, because now that's a lot less Bailey's he's going to need to use in this upcoming fight.
Well, the tank's helping out a lot here.
Thors are also trying to volley this back. Wait,
I
is
like
tank?
the sensor tower. This is
wow,
really, really good tactics that were being utilized that actually kind of fell off once Heart of the Swarm came in, I feel. We started actually using sensor towers. What noobs.
I can't believe this command center is still alive, by the way. Like, this...
I know. The thing is, like, I think Golden, if he really wasn't thinking... I think he could have gotten it, but he was thinking more so about getting the Baneling bombs.
Yeah. Golden has been playing this in a really cool way so far. It's up to Select at this point to try and get his way back in the game. He's got dropships heading around the map, but Golden's taking these extra bases. It's worth noting, too, for those who don't know, Siege Tanks with level 1 upgrades only will one-shot any level of Zergling.
Right.
So it's going to be nice if he gets a couple... Like, defensively, you're right. That was a fantastic Siege Tank. Bailey's wasted on these Marauders, sadly, but that's okay, because Golden's not looking at home. He's looking across the map and Select's base. A Widowmine's going to go off on it. He's burrowed the Banelings again. This is such an annoying tactic to deal with, because the army has to run over this ramp to come home. Sticking to the south part, I'm not sure if Golden knows about this. Okay, there's the scan, but still goes off on the Marauders, not the Marines. Looks like we had a drop in the fourth does get cleaned up, and the drop in the main has been driven off too. A Greater Spire, though, I see with the question mark. Looks like Golden is really trying to play tribute to this map.
Yeah, seriously, what is this? Who's Liberty?
Broodlord WTF.
For reals, it's going to actually be really terrible. You know, I feel. I don't.
Okay, so
I don't like Broodlord Infestor in Heart of the Swarm, but on this map with the open space, it's going to be even easier.
If we could objectively dial back for a second, guys, like, one thing is, like, if you look at the resources lost, Golden's been doing all these cool things, and it looks like he's been controlling this game. But Select's actually been taking acceptable losses throughout the entire course of these fights. This fight here in the middle of the map is, what is he doing? Golden's running his Infestors right through everything.
Ooh, that was terrible.
I don't know. That must have been a misclick or something. But forces a liftoff in the natural of Select. Select is trying to repair his orbital, but of course being killed by the SCVs or by the Zerglings while this is going on. This big attack is kind of, it's got to do damage. He can't pull back again with this. Knocks down the hatchery is a good start. He needs to take out this other hatchery too.
And a drop in the main is also doing some damage. Doesn't get anything too important, I believe, but a lot of Lings will go down. And Golden, in the blink of an eye, actually went from a coming back position, losing that fourth, to losing it all. He's down by 50 supply. He lost the only thing he had, which was tech, his Infestors. And there's no way he's getting up the Broodlords.
I like to imagine Select doesn't see this as killing hatcheries, but sees it as like just removing another Golden face from the map. The little
funny.
spinning decal that, of course, Select can see too, guys. The stronger team colors and stuff are limited to us, but they can see the decals. Ooh, Mutalisk being traded out to these Marine drops a little bit unnecessarily, but oh my god, that gore as everything falls down the cliff. That was so cool.
I feel like if Select were to tell Golden that, that'd be so BM. It's actually a really good BM. I don't imagine killing hatcheries. I imagine killing your faces. So scary.
Well, looks like Select actually, he took some SCV losses. He did manage to maintain a decent amount of the natural.
45 on 5 bases is actually, like, pretty good.
Yeah, especially because you'll have mules as well. He's actually taking this middle base too. So I mean, this is what I was talking about, guys. Like, we were kind of like hyping up the Baneling hits. They were really cool to watch. They were entertaining for sure. Broodlord is weird. It's not a good composition versus Bio, in my opinion. If you can get enough of them, maybe. But Golden is in a funny spot, I think. That's a huge fungal, by the way. Like, this isn't like a caster, beautiful storm, beautiful fungal. That was actually a good fucking fungal. But driven back once again, that was the worst part too. He threw away like 5, 6 Infestors. 2
Broodlords are gonna save the day.
He's got 2 more on the way. I mean, they're gonna add some free damage, guys. But there's no level 3 weapon upgrades for the Zerg player. There's no adrenal glands. There's no ground benefit at this point. Golden. Well, he's killing the Thor, apparently, so we give him that much. He needs this base, though, so badly. His third is mined out. His natural is mined out. He's got no income to speak of and no bank to fall back on, which is why he's not able to get above 100 supply. Playing cost efficiently like this is almost impossible as a Zerg player.
Yeah, and of course, Select has a lot of experience sniping off Infestors, so this is just regular old times. Getting 2 more starports, too, in case Golden had a magnificent bank he didn't expect. But that's, he's actually going to clean up this army. I can't believe it. But there's another army, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got 40 drones, just a side note. 40-40, yeah. on this base for saturation, but yeah, this is just looking worse and worse. Just Select rallies units across the field, guys. This is looking to be Select's game here in the first map of the day, but
they're chasing the Brood Lords.
Well, I think he was trying to just burrow them underneath to get those hits off, right? Like,
yeah,
there we go, big hits.
That's pretty funny. Wow, they actually did a lot of damage to the Brood Lords. That's it.
Yep, that's looking to be a game. I was gonna say though, it's gonna be Golden's map pick at the very least. So he'll have control of map number 2. This was only game 1 and a very entertaining game to say the least. So Select is narrowly gonna eke it out here at the end.
Please enjoy Giftcraft.
I have no idea what that means, but okay, good game. It's called. And Select will take game number 1 in this best of 7 series.
Yo, if I would use my face as the decal, I'd like take like different, like same pose kind of, but different emotions. So in the best of series,
yeah.
I could be like really angry or really happy, depending on if I win or lose.
But actually, I hope to God Golden actually has that set up or something, because he would be the guy who does.